I think it was about 4 years ago we decided to advance our retail division a little further, and we found this piece of property here, the Dicely tract. We noted that it was an industrial tract, yet we couldn't do the project we wanted to do, so we decided to work with the township to rewrite the ordinance, and felt that preservation of farmland was important. We felt it was very important that we preserve a number of the buildings on this property. We have behind me the 1799 farmhouse, which we will use as the head of the interpretive trail that we will have running through the wetlands and the area along the Little Conestoga Creek. It's such an important part of our heritage here in Lancaster, and we really wanted to integrate it into the project that we're proposing. And what's interesting is that this is a new application for TDRs in Manheim Township, and normally we have TDRs that are applicable to residential uses. Here we have a retail commercial use, so we really felt that that was important, not only for the standpoint of the county but also the township, to preserve farming.
How did you find this particular farm to purchase for TDRs?
The farm was brought to us by a commercial real estate broker. It was a 15-acre small farm, what we refer to as a farmette. We knew at that point that we could probably, during our feasibility period, get approximately 20 to 22 lots from it. At that point, I took the preliminary land development sketch to West Hempfield Township's manager, Charles Douts, and Mr. Douts introduced me to the possibility of using TDRs to maximize our density here and preserve farmland somewhere within the township or within the intermunicipal area. The prospect of being able to purchase TDRs through the township, wherein they went to the Agricultural Preserve Board or Ag Preserve Bank, was quite appealing to Keystone Custom Homes as a developer. I think the main challenge from a developer's perspective is, what is the true or real value of a TDR? And that can be a somewhat subjective issue if a developer has to go out into the open market to purchase TDRs versus going right to the municipality and seeking the help of the transferable development right through the municipality. It takes some of the subjectivity and guesswork out of the actual acquisition and purchase of the TDRs if you have the municipality more or less fronting the entire transaction.
Most landowners really only have two choices right now if they want to get some return on their property, and that is either to sell it for development rights or to not sell it. And what this offers them is an advantage of selling the development rights. They get to maintain the land, own the land, pass it down to future generations. Particularly if it's a farm, it allows them to maintain that as a farm, but get the return on that investment for development, and then placing the development in the proper place. So the municipality wins because they get that land preserved without having to own it and maintain it, and the property owner wins because they get the return on their property while still owning it and being able to use it for its fundamental purposes of open space or agricultural preservation.
Do you have any suggestions or thoughts for Montgomery County municipalities?
Well, again, evaluate what your assets are. I mean, whether, I assume Montgomery County has an ag preserve board. There would be an immediate partner to sit down with and say, can we get some projects that we can work together with? If we can, we had to put some money in at the beginning of the year or the beginning of the program. I mean, so you need to step out. The municipalities need to be willing to get involved, and there are many ways of doing this. I'm just relaying to you what has worked for us. I mean, we became actively involved. We evaluated those assets, and in our case it was the Ag Preserve Board, but it could be a conservancy, it could be other groups that you should partner with. And we did put some of our own money in. I'll give you an example. I mean, we originally made an investment of $100,000 into the program. That $100,000 has now come back, I believe, 9 times over. So the exact same amount of money, the original investment, it's a 1-to-9. It's a pretty nice investment ratio. And just continue. All we've done is recycled that original $100,000. Actually, at the end of this year, we'll recycle it 10 times, over $1 million sales.
Well, Montgomery County wanted to get involved in transfer development rights for a couple reasons. One, we wanted to partner with Montgomery County Lands Trust on an important topic in educating our municipalities on what TDR is and why they can benefit from it. As a planning tool, we feel it's important because it does allow us to, it's the best growth management tool that we have to guide growth to the proper places. And that would be where the existing infrastructure is for public sewer and water, where there's proper transportation access, and really where we can have the most effect on the infrastructure regarding schools. And one of the great advantages of the partnership with Montgomery County Lands Trust is taking out this tool to municipalities and really tailoring the examples to the municipalities and how it can be applied within their community. So I think they get to really see how basic it is. There are a lot of important issues involved in legal issues and devices regarding how the land is transferred and the development rights are transferred. But the process itself is really pretty simple in that you're allowing somebody to take development rights from land they own and put it on somebody else's property or in some other portion of the municipality. So it's a pretty basic technique.
You want to try to come up with some easy, low-lying fruit that you try to work on a project that you actually get started. You have certain strengths and assets you can do. Look at, is there one easy project we can get going, get publicity on it so that it's, people understand the whole concept and why they would want to support this. Look to each municipality does need to decide how far they want to get involved, but I think again, as you can see in our program, it's actually serving a multitude of objectives for us. Aquifer recharge, protection, ag preservation, economic development, tax base enhancement, etc. So for us, it's worth being very involved in. They'll have to gauge how far they want to get involved with it, but if they do, the benefits can be very substantial.